have you dabbled in this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard rascal business that's going on
I've
the
seen
news?
a couple like articles and saw a few like videos on it too. What do you think?
Well, I actually had to you saw it
Did
everywhere in the
you?
news, but I tried to
Yeah.
figure out exactly. Is it one of those things like who said what
Yeah,
first,
it
and then
is.
it's
So they're trying to figure out like first she claimed that
so first
like,
the way I read it was that she did an op-ed for I think like the Washington Post, right? Meaning she gave what is it a statement or did a whole article. I don't know how extensive what an op-ed. I'm not sure what an op-ed is, but and I don't know if I'm using the right sentence, but touching along the lines of being vague without specifying anybody's names, that she's a victim of domestic violence.
yes. Yeah.
Now she's been married to Johnny Depp for like 7-8 years or something like that. So she did that. So, but she didn't specify names. So, but people are assuming it's because she was married to him. Then Johnny Depp came back and sued her for defaming him, even though they never said anything. And then he said also that she was domestically abusing him.
Right.
As well. So she would throw a TV remote at his head. She would push him and shove him. And then she showed up to, I think, court with like a black eye.
Right.
And then he shared a story about her.
So now it's like, who said what?
That she pooped on their marriage bed on his side.
I haven't heard that.
You never heard that one?
Oh man.
And to see this actor trying to like hold it together in the court of law to paint this picture.
Oh no.
By the way, do you know that Johnny Depp is born in the United States from like a little country town in like Oklahoma or something like that, and he speaks with like this British accent.
Yeah. Wait, he doesn't have a British accent, does he?
He's talking like this.
He kind of, it's like kind of a weird mixture of stuff.
He's
yeah.
still Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
That's how he's talking.
Was that because he's played like that role for so long, he just kind of like adopted it?
I think that's what Hollywood does. I think what Hollywood does is you're special if you have this
Something different.
You wear a lot of rings and a lot of scarves, and you're very abstract about your thinking, and you're very fluid with a lot of things, and you create yourself.
Accent. It doesn't sound like it's from anywhere.
When you're a good actor, you create characters.
Yeah.
You tend to kind of create your own character, what in real life that you are. But so their whole thing is a bunch of like he said, she said.
Who abused who? Or they both like? It seems like they were both. There was some domestic abuse between both of them.
It sounds like
a very toxic.
It's
relationship.
It's the whole like marriage gets bitter or better, right? It sounds like it's a marriage that's been going on that only got bitter and bitter and bitter, and then it got to the point where the bitterness just kind of exploded when they started attacking each other, right? Because I think if somebody, but then also a big question is she suing when she said that about him? Keep in mind she didn't say like
his
specifics
name?
or anything like that. Did she do that because she wanted to be identified in the world of like a domestic violence victim? Not that anybody would want to like chase that clout, but did she do that because she wanted to be heard? It's like whenever some kind of social injustice happens, people want to identify with, or they want to be, what do they call them? They want to be like a spokesperson for it, you know?
Oh yeah.
So did she want to just feel more special as an actress?
Because didn't she come out with that statement like long after they were already like, were they still married? Weren't they already divorced when she left him?
I would imagine me. Listen, if you are writing an op-ed like that while being married, chances are you're gonna be divorced.
What's an op-ed?
Are you
Opinion
piece?
Yeah, opinion editorial maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's like your hot take on a particular subject.
Because he hasn't been cast in a major film since then.
Okay,
2018.
So now here's my question. Okay, so let's say they're divorced. This happens. She sued him.
So he's calling her a liar that he didn't do that. Yeah.
The defaming part is an interesting lawsuit, unless the marriage ended in a lot of bitterness, which I'm sure it did if they have so much pent up stuff they're having.
Right.
It's like how do you First of all, there's no reconciling that marriage.
Right.
That,
no.
That's said and done. But there has to be a better way to handle things like this.
I know.
Than
Going
passive
to.
aggressive, like, you know, you did this when we were married and you did that. Like, I feel like when it's marriage, when somebody's domestically being abused currently, then yeah, process them, you know, do what you need to do to make sure that justice is served,
Yeah.
right?
The person's safe.
If this is something that happened in your previous marriage and you're no longer married to that person, shouldn't it be just kind of dismissed at that point where it's like, unless it was a horrific, like, listen, you rape somebody, that's a crime that was committed. But if somebody threw a remote at your head or somebody shoved you, then you get out of that marriage and you go have a better relationship, right? Can you really bring that back in? You know what I mean? In like the court of law to settle it.
They think they can.
And another thing, defaming somebody and legally, like, you can sue somebody for defamation.
I know. I didn't know that.
That is the stupidest thing to sue somebody over. That you know how they say, like, you can sue anybody for anything, right? Like,
Because what would be her reasoning to come forth, just to get fame?
that was the big thing, is like, did she just want to have a really good
that would be so is he saying, oh, she, like,
maybe she just wanted to be a social justice warrior or
it was either it's true and she was trying to, like, be heard, or like the only other, I don't know, did she want?
But also, because she never mentioned his name, that shouldn't be grounds for suing, right? Because you could be like, well, I never mentioned who, and you're like, well, well, maybe it's the relationship before him. You know what I mean?
I will not say who it is, but he played Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, but here's a clue. He sailed ships. So I think there's a lot of things in our court systems that we allow for people to be prosecuted for, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think you should be able to willy-nilly, and not to compare this because I don't know what the level of their relationship was and how true a lot of these allegations are, but you shouldn't be able to be like, I don't like my neighbor Stan, I'm suing Stan. Like, yes, you'll go to court, both of you will spend a bunch of money on court fees, but then the judge goes, hey, it don't matter, you don't win, right?
I'm sure it's logistics.
Kick rocks.
Like, he's saying, well, I haven't been cast in a movie since 2018. I need to sue her because obviously it was about me. So I think it does come down to like details, and like, was it obvious that she was talking about you, or could it have been somebody else?
Here's a good rule of thumb.
He sued her for $50 million, and then she had a counterclaim for $100 million against him. And
then he's like, I
for
see your
damaging
100
her reputation. And he's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting because this has been going on. The actual like trial has been going on for a while, right?
Nobody's talking about Ukraine anymore because of this.
This is the
new hot
hot
topic.
news.
Yeah, listen, man, here's a good rule of thumb that I like to stick by. Don't push or shove or hit anybody unless you're trying to protect yourself from immediate danger. That's a good rule of thumb. And then if you are with somebody who did push you or shove you, get out of that relationship. So
also, Johnny Depp is old.
He's like 58, isn't he? Or
he
60.
Looks old. Like when I saw him in the videos, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Remember when everybody's like obsessed with him when he was Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, he's got chubby. He's gotten chubby.
Yeah, his little ponytail.
Full face, yeah. Also, cut the ponytail, okay?
He's probably had that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure he's always had long hair.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed, and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.